Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 6th live stream. Today, as you can see, we have a surprise guest with us, John from Queen Studios, that will hopefully answer some of our questions. But I'm starting here first with P-Rock. It's already a habit in our channel. What's every? Sorry. What's up with you, my friend? Sorry, I got that.
Relax. We're good. We're good. No, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to hang out with the fellas again. And John's a good surprise for me also. So this should be a good one. Should be a good, interesting conversation, and hopefully we get some information and we can all relax afterwards.
The Jedi Knights watch. Graham, you are a bit sick, right? You told me you are.
Yeah, I am feeling under the weather, so I've been pumping myself full of emergency cough drops, Dayquil, NyQuil, headache medicine, just to be on your show, Joao, for the first time
Thank
ever.
you so much.
Wasn't going to miss it.
For
so, yeah, looking forward to talking with John and the rest of the panel too. And yeah, I think just maybe some miscommunications going on or, whatnot. Maybe we can just figure that out, and then everybody can kind of, like P-Rock said, breathe.
Calm down.
Breathe, exactly.
Who's
FABIO from FABSFIGURES.
Fabi.
What's going on?
Fabi, I love Fabi.
What's up, everybody?
And of course, the man of hot collectibles, Dante Rodriguez. Good morning. Good evening, my friend.
How you doing, my friend? How you doing, guys, in the panel? John, nice to have you here on the show. Guys watching at home and around the world, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Yeah, we have a bunch of questions, John. So hopefully you can enlighten us and help us to solve those mysteries here.
Yeah.
And John, of course, from Queen Studios. We were on holidays. You were telling us just now you were on holidays for the last 3 days. So I think you were caught off guard. You didn't know so much about what's going on. But it's a fact that in a Facebook, YouTube stream, everyone is talking about this reopening of pre-orders of the Joker. What can you tell us about this, just to calm down the community?
Yeah, so first of all, the community is very important to us, and while we're working Monday to Friday, we'll be engaging as much as possible. But as many, I'm not sure how many of you guys know, but Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you can't access in China. So for the last 3 days, we've been off work and we don't really check in as much because you have to have like a VPN to connect. So to be honest, we didn't really know all of the what's going on. So when I got the message this morning, I just thought, well, I can jump on, speak to you guys and answer as many questions as possible. I did see a question asking this morning on Facebook. Another collector said, have we set some sort of sales target or something like that? And as far as I know, we've not instructed anyone to hit a minimum or anything like that. Our licenses.
Oh, I think you got.
He's muted.
Is the internet connection?
Yeah, we lost you for a second just now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the for the sales period, we said there'd be a 3-day period to order the deluxe rooted hair version, and then once that's over, we won't collect any orders. So that was our instructions, and we've not changed anything. Nothing's changed on our side. What sometimes happens is that if other retailers are buying from someone else, they might place a block order, and then they might open up later because they're resellers. They're not working with us. So that's happened before with our statues, where people, they know if there's like an early bird. We had last year for our Wonder Woman with the shield, we had an early bird offer. So if you order within the first 3 days, you get a bonus shield. We saw that some retailers, like resellers, they'll order later and then just keep that early bird offer all year. So if you're buying directly from us or from our official partners, then that offer applies. But if they're resellers, then that's usually where it happens. So that's what it looks like from our side with the information we have so far.
Yeah, and that's actually a good point you make, because that's something that it was something that was kind of different for us to see that, because we were under the impression that it's going to be 3 days, but now it makes perfect sense because you guys don't have control of resellers, right? Like Hato doesn't have controls of resellers either.
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense. If I may ask a question, Joao, real quick. I mean, you've been in different shows, talking about the Joker, talking about the Queen Studios, in our approach to be in the 1/6 scale community. Based on the feedback that you got and
Yep.
the the many questions you received, because I'm pretty sure that you got tons of millions of questions. Will you be able to get like some type of specifics about, like, for example, for the rooted hair, right? What type of care are we gonna need to maintain the same look? Are we gonna be able to, when we take the figure right off the bat, to have the same look as you guys showing on the prototype? And also the second question is, the body. I know that you guys are going to use magnetics, which is something new, but are those bodies going to be able to hold the weight, especially when you post the figure and you put it on the base? Did you were able to get more information about it?
Yeah, so with the magnets, there's two types of magnets we're using. So there's the magnet for the head, because the head is also should be magnetic, so you can put that on. And then
Turning.
also for the limbs, they'll be using a stronger magnet. So the limbs will be stronger than the head magnet, so that makes sure that you'll be able to pose and hold. So we've been working behind the scenes for a while with some prototypes, and yeah, so far they're pretty strong. We use similar magnets on some of our statues, which are a little bit heavier, because we're using like polystone, so it's heavier materials, and those magnets do hold. So we do have experience with that, and we're confident that these magnets will hold the different poses.
With it, when it comes to
Great.
the base, is it just two magnets so he can stand in one place, or is the whole thing kind of a magnet so you can shift him kind of around the whole base, or is it just in one spot that he can stand?
That is a good question. So I don't actually, it's not been said
Okay.
how much it can move around the base yet, because we still, because it's like the early days of the prototypes. So we know we've done a lot of testing, but there's certain questions that I've not thought to
Sure.
ask. So if it's a question like that, then what we'll do is we'll ask the artist and then we'll clear it up.
Okay.
So in the beginning, because it's like our first product, we'll still have to keep answering these questions and clear them up as quickly as possible.
Sure.
Are the magnetic?
But before,
Sorry, go ahead.
just to ask, before release, you are going to show the Joker, right? Before release, you are going to probably do a video showing the all the details and everything. That's correct,
Yeah.
right?
So usually what we do with our So what we usually do with our collectibles, so with like our statues, is we'll show the prototype, and the prototype it's not always the best. Usually we improve with the final piece. So we show the prototype, and usually when it's like a new prototype, we don't have as much information because they're still working and tweaking on a few things. And we'll also get your feedback. So like you said, if you want it to move more around the base, there's still time for us to change that. So what we'll do is we'll be collecting feedback and we'll be working on that. But before we ship, we'll share more news once the final piece is done, like how it will move around the base, how to take care of the hair, the materials, all of that stuff. We're preparing that now. So by the time we do come to ship, you guys know, oh, this is exactly what I'm getting.
Go on, Fabio.
Yeah, no, just a quick question. So continuing on Dante's point, are you guys making your own bodies like Hot Toys does, or are you guys getting bodies from somewhere? And part two is, why is it that we're getting double packs? Why can't we, if a person wants to buy, for example, a single rooted hair or either version of the rooted hair, why is it that we have to get double packs?
Yeah, so for the bodies, so when you mean like we're getting bodies from somewhere else, you mean are we like creating our own head sculpts and then buying the body from another company?
Correct.
TV League, using
how are you
TV
guys,
League.
right? Like what bodies are you guys using? Are you guys making your own bodies, or are you guys getting bodies from somewhere else?
We should be making everything ourselves, so it should be all done by us. So a lot of the time, if we're not making it in our factory, we'll be working with another partner, but that partner will be making it based on our specifications. And we usually choose our partners based on their experience, based on their knowledge as well. So we're choosing people that know what they're doing, but we'll be designing all the sculpts, all of the 3D sculpts and images, that kind of thing, so that they can make it based on our specifications. And then we'll go for a round of testing there.
Gotcha. And then,
and sorry, what was the second question?
Yeah, the second part was, why is somebody who doesn't necessarily want to buy two, why can't they get just one? You know what I mean? One rooted hair specifically.
Yeah, I think I asked about this. I asked the CEO, like, what was the main strategy? And I don't think there was a major plan for that. They just thought that with this piece, if it's going to be a premium high price, we see that there's, from our point of view, there's two iconic scenes from the movie. There's the jail scene, and then the scene where he walks into the mobsters meeting and he pulls out the card, or he's got the bombs. So they just wanted to recreate those two scenes. And because this is quite high price compared to other 6-scale figures, they just decided to include them as a 2-pack. After we saw a lot of people saying we wanted it to buy as an individual, but we couldn't change it because we'd already started the pre-order. And as we mentioned earlier, we had 3 days. So we didn't think it'd be fair for the people that have already ordered within that first 24 hours to then say, oh, it's now available as a single. Because how do we manage that? So we only got that feedback after we announced it, and then it was too late. So to go back to the reason why you guys invited us is we don't make these changes after the pre-order. We want to keep to our word. So if we said 3 days, it's 3 days. If we said it's 2, it's 2. And we know for a lot of people it's a little bit annoying, but that's something we'll learn from, and next time we can adjust it for our other collectibles. But unfortunately, once we started the pre-order, we couldn't change it.
Gotcha. All right.
And judging by the pre-orders, because officially for Queen Studios, those pre-orders are already finished. Were you guys happy with the reception? Did you get a good amount of pre-orders? Were you? What was the reception? Was it as you expected or better?
So I think it's good. It was pretty good. To be honest, I don't know all the sales numbers because my primary job is to do the overseas marketing. So the reason why I'm communicating with the collectors is because hopefully we're going to get more global licenses soon, and we just want to answer questions and speak to people so that when we do get the global licenses, you guys will know more, and we can just keep the communication open. So I don't actually know the sales numbers, but I've been told that they're pretty good. I think it exceeded our expectations a little bit. And 6-scale is something we're really seriously moving into as a company. So based on the initial reception, we're really excited to continue with hopefully the Batman very soon. We shared the new head sculpts photos with the rooted hair. And then hopefully some more in May we'll be revealing.
You are expecting to reveal in May the Batman, right? Or you are expecting to reveal it
I'm not sure on Batman, but more 1/6 in May. Yeah.
One just quick question. For the rooted hair, my understanding is that that's going to be released Q4 this year.
Yeah, so that's when it usually starts to ship. So the way we ship is usually in batches. So to make sure that QC, quality control, is all good, we start with like a batch. I'm not sure about figures, but for example, a statue, if we made 200, we'd probably ship 30, then like 70, and then 50, something like that, just to make sure that the QC is good. So the first batch should be ready by Q4, and then it should ship over the course of a few months.
Now, go ahead.
No, and just to piggyback on the same questions, are you guys comfortable that you guys can fulfill the expectations by Q4? I mean, we understand there are delays everywhere in the world, right? But by you guys setting a time, I mean, obviously, you guys are not blind. You guys also see your competitors that they suffer delays and pushbacks. So you guys want to be ahead of that curve by doing the Q4. It's a really aggressive timeline from my point of view, especially the amount of accessories and the quality that you guys are offering for these two figures. So are you guys comfortable that they can deliver by that time?
We'll see. But that's our target and that's our goal, and we understand that delays are that we listened to all the feedback. We've seen there's two major things that we see over and over again: no pleather and fix the delay problem. And those are the two things we're paying attention to, amongst others, of course, like with the posability and the use of magnets, that kind of thing. So we're going to aim for that target as best we can. And that's when we'll aim to ship the first batch at least. And then we'll move from there. So we don't want to disappoint anyone, and we'll try our best to hit those targets. But until we get there, I can't say yes or no. We just have to see what happens.
Yeah,
And just to clarify too, John, the Joker, the premium, the sculpted hair, that's supposed to ship in Q4 as well.
Yeah, I believe that's the targets we're going for. But
Okay.
Q4 could be any time between like October and December. So
Right.
I'm not sure the exact month, and we'll just see. But
Okay.
whatever dates we've said, they're the dates we're going to aim for the first batch. So not everyone should be expecting theirs that time. It's when the first batch will ship.
Okay.
Just one question here, John. Just to reply here this comment from Local. With a global license, allow for a reissue for this item to other regions that didn't receive it. For example, if you get a license for Joker, let's say for North America, would you guys be opening for a reissue of this same figure?
So the global license would take a while anyway. If we got it for DC, it wouldn't be in the next year or two. So by the time we did get it, we just see what the collectors thought about it. Is it worth a reissue? If people don't want a reissue, well, another reason to reissue would be, could we do something new, different, or more, or improve things? If we can't do any of those things and collectors don't want it, we probably won't reissue. But we're hoping to get more global licenses. That's our main goal as well, because we know that the 6 scale community is global, so we want to be a part of the global community, not just China.
One quick question, I'm not sure it was answered. So for going back to the rooted hair, is there any type of care that we need to have for that rooted hair? Like, what's the maintenance? Are we confident that when we get the product is going to be as at least close to that prototype that you guys shown?
Yeah, if you bear with me 1 second, I'll see if the internet's any good. I'll show you a rooted hair version on one of our statues.
And continuing with that point, with Dante's point, one quick question about that. So you guys mentioned that, everybody knows that Viper, he does the head sculpts himself, but you guys talked about, he's going to be overseeing the project. What does that mean?
Yep. So just answer the rooted hair really quickly. So this is the 1/4 Joker with rooted hair. So this is how the final piece turned out, and it's exactly like the prototype. So there's not much maintenance to do, other than mainly with like dust, that kind of thing. Right. So usually like a brush to dust out the brush. If you want to restyle it, reshape it, usually get a small, like a little spray bottle, and spray a little bit of water, and then you can move it and shape it. But it's all natural materials. It's made of sheep's wool, so it's not going to degrade over time. Yeah, the upkeep's not huge. So it can be moved a little bit, but we'll make sure we include care instructions for that.
Oh, that's good. That's good, because that was one of my concerns for. I mean, I'm new to rooted hair, so to me, and for many collectors that want to go to rooted hair, they want to kind of know, okay, what's the maintenance? Is this going to be as good? Because realistically speaking, the figures that we get currently, the rooted hair is not as great as the one you guys showed. So that's why the question. But thanks for that.
So now, are the magnetic bases they're going to be?
It's quite thick, actually.
Oh, the hair.
Sorry.
So the magnetic bases, is that going to be like a norm going from like every figure here going out forward, or is it only be for special edition figures?
I'm not sure, because they're still working on the current collectibles that are on the way. They're still working on those. So I think they're doing it case by case, depending on the figure, depending on the pose that we're going to advertise. So I'm not 100% sure, but as we get closer to releasing those, we'll have more news for that.
And then like the 2-pack, are they gonna come packaged individually, or are they gonna come in one big box?
Most of the time, so I think for the Joker that was like a one-off where it's a 2-pack. I don't think we'll do 2-packs for all of our collectibles. And if it comes in one box or two, it's a little bit early to say yet. There's certain things to consider because shipping, to avoid damages, that kind of thing, we'll have to test different kind of boxes, and we'll probably be doing that closer to the shipping date.
All right. So my question again, just in case you forgot. So what does it mean that Viper is overseeing the project? What exactly? So obviously he's not making the rooted hair head sculpt. So what does that mean? What exactly is he doing?
So his team. So basically, he's like the project leader. So his team will be making all of the prototypes. They'll be doing all of the sculpts. They'll be doing all of the work, and then when it goes to production, he'll be also overseeing that. So when the first run's done, he'll be checking that, and his team will be responsible for QC, making sure it's basically end to end. So because he's one guy, he can't do everything, but he'll be making sure that he's happy every step of the way. If there's something he's not happy about, then we'll have to slow it down and look again.
Okay.
So like he's gonna have somewhere in the QC part, looks like, right? To make sure everything is going as you guys are planning.
Yeah. So he'll just be making sure that there's within the process, he's got like oversight to make sure that everything's going to specifications, the plan, to make sure that the final piece is as good, if not better, than the prototype we've shown.
And I know that you guys.
So an example of that would.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, an example of that is the 1/4 Joker I just shown you now. The artist edition, I think, was limited to 300 pieces. That was also one of his projects, and he oversaw the whole process. So that's shipping now. So people that want to understand how the 1/6 is going to turn out compared to the prototype, a good comparison would be how did the 1/4 artist edition Joker statue turn out compared to the prototype. Of course, the materials are slightly different. We're using polystone, and it's a statue, but the hair routine, the sculpt, the paint, all of that kind of stuff is very similar. So just check that out, and you'll be able to see the quality of his work.
If I can add, I know at least I have some friends here in China that already got that quarter scale, the artist edition, and they all said that is even better than prototype. The quality is the overall opinion is quite good.
Okay, that's good to hear.
You have any other question, Graham or Fabio?
No, I mean, kind of John kind of diffused the whole situation right away, so it kind of eliminated a lot of questions.
My question is, what made you guys get into the 1/6 scale game? Like, what was it about it that was appealing to you guys all of a sudden?
It's something we've been planning for a while. It's not just something we did overnight. So a lot of this project's been happening behind the scenes. So that's why I can't answer every question as much as I want to. The more we develop, the better we'll be able to share more information as time goes on. The main reason is because of the size of the houses in China. I'm not sure what you guys know, but in general, we live in mostly like high-rise buildings. So space is not always something that's available to us, and space is a big thing for collecting. So six scale is ideal because you can collect more and you can pose, you can do more with the collectibles. Our CEO, our art director, they all collect statues and busts, but now those guys are running out of space. So the idea is that we want to appeal to all collectors, from the premium guys that like the 1/1 statues right down to the 1/6 scale, because 1/6 scale is most people can have the space, they can afford it. So we just want to make sure that the collectors in China especially can collect our collectibles, not just admire the big statues, the big busts. And also, as we go to the global audience, we know that space is an issue, and 6 scale is just there's more you can do with 6 scale. There's more possibilities, especially like we've seen some guys like make videos where they pose and do that kind of stuff. It's just very interesting to us. So
Yeah.
but it's something we're passionate about and something we're really excited for.
Let me ask a quick question. So so far we've seen the Joker,
Poor
right?
Fabio.
DC. Is there any? Are you guys looking into to do more like Marvel figures, or perhaps at one point? I know maybe this is a long shot, but maybe pursue Star Wars license.
Yeah, so with Star Wars in particular, we get that question all the time for our statues and busts. And Star Wars license is just really difficult to get. And the Marvel licenses as well, because the Marvel guys and the Star Wars guys, they've been around for a long time, as have DC, but their strategy is slightly different. They work with a select number of partners, and unless anything major changes or you can do anything really spectacular, then it's unlikely you can get the license. Of course, we'll always work towards that because we know that there's a big collector base out there that would like to see what we can do, but it's not up to us. It's what they basically accept.
I have to ask this question because I'm a huge fan of horror. Are you
Okay,
guys
no,
are you
people-
guys are you guys thinking about doing like, let's say, like Pennywise or any type of horror characters in 1/6 scale?
Well, so we did a poll in the Inart group recently, and one of the things that was missing there was horror. So maybe we throw that one open, and probably we need to narrow it down a little bit. I think there was too many responses last time, so we need to find a way to improve that process.
Right.
And horror is something our art director loves, so it's definitely something we're interested in.
So going back to that,
So yeah, Pennywise. So any other suggestions? We're open. So message me. You can add me on Facebook. Message me. Let me know what you're interested in.
so going back to the polls with Dragon Ball Z winning
Poor
number
Fabio.
1 with the anime, what's a good chance of that license actually happening for you guys?
It's early days, so now we've got the polls. We just need to hope that other companies don't steal it, and then they start beating us to the punch.
Oh.
But what we're going to do is we're just going to contact all the different licensing companies and say what's available, what can we do. That's all we can try.
All right, my last question.
And
So with your business plan, so you said you guys have been planning this for a while. It's not just an overnight thing. What is your business plan regarding reissues? Because we know that reissues are very tricky. So what are you guys planning on doing about that?
It's early days yet because we've only released one figure. Obviously, there's like 3 different versions, but we've only released one figure, so it's really early for us to say what our long-term plan is with reissues. Our general rule is unless we can do something really new and really different, we won't do it. So if there's some new technology comes out, there's something completely different, then we could do it, but it's case by case. If collectors want it, we'll listen to what people want, but unless we can do something new, different, it's unlikely.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Let me just, because we have some more viewers coming in and maybe they didn't catch when John was talking about this, because they want to address the false advertising of 3-day PO window. The main reason I PO'd was because the clearly advertised 3 days window. I want my money back, so on. But John, officially Queen Studios keep that 3-day window. You are not officially getting more pre-orders at this time.
Yep.
This is the official statement. That's correct, right?
Yep.
At this moment, Queen Studios is not receiving pre-orders.
So if we've stated that it's a 3-day window, that means we closed our orders after 3 days. There might be resellers that have placed orders in advance and then they're taking orders now. But for our customers, we've said this: 3 days, it's 3 days. That's
basically, if a reseller,
rule.
got exactly, basically, if a reseller, let's say he got 80 or pre-orders, maybe they bought 100 Jokers, so they will have extra 20 that they can still open, have the pre-orders open. So basically, that's the case that's happening here.
Yeah, that's usually what happens because we can't control what resellers do. We sell in China, and then if someone buys and then they sell to someone else, who sells to someone else, sells to someone else. It's, for example, a lot of times we'll say on our website sold out, but then maybe in a month's time it's going to pop up on another store somewhere else in the world. We can't control who's then the internet's crazy. Like, you can do anything these days.
Exactly.
Like, people sell everywhere, so
Yeah.
we can't control all of what other people do, and it looks bad for us, but there's nothing we can do with taking those orders, and it's difficult to find out who those guys are because they don't buy indirectly from us. And from our point of view, we just really hope that collectors that bought because they really like the collectible, not because they were pressured into doing so. We had a short window because we wanted to make sure that there's people that want to buy, and then there's a cutoff point so it doesn't get too high, if you know what I mean, the edition size.
Right. Are you guys looking into perhaps in the future expand to limited edition runs? Like, let's say do, I don't know, 1,000 Batmans or only 500 Jokers with some special accessories, some special something in the future. So it is more like a special edition, right? It's not like, once it's sold out, it's sold out. That's it. Are you guys looking into that in the future?
Yeah, it's something that we'll definitely consider. If we can do something like really special and have a really one-off piece, we could have a limited run. Yeah, it depends. The thing is, with figures, there's so many possibilities, so many different things you can do. I think there's more possibilities than with statues because of the different accessories, the different poses that are available. So we'll take it case by case.
John, sorry to back here to the same subject, but Carlos, which is our friend, he said that he asked the retailer where he got his pre-order, and they said, I hope you can understand that this is not our intention or decision to reopen the pre-order. Maybe there's a solid reason for Queen Studios to do this, but again, we are eating the same wall because you are telling us the official statement is that your pre-orders are closed, right? So you cannot control what the retailers
so we wouldn't tell anyone to. Yeah, we wouldn't tell anyone to reopen it. That's not what we do. We just have a cutoff point, and that's the cutoff point. Like I said, our license is for China, so there's resellers around the world. We don't have. We're actually supposed to limit that as much as possible. So we don't work with those guys. So if that happens, they're still probably reputable companies, but it depends on who they buy from. So we can't control every situation, and that's the issue that we'll have to learn from. If maybe this doesn't work, we'll have to change for the future. But unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do now.
I want to ask a question about the polls, because you guys did in the Inart group the polls asking what does the community want to see released, and apparently there's a lot of people want the Batman, for example, the Batman Returns, Catwoman.
89.
Would this be
Yep.
yes? Would at 89 Batman? Would this be a line that you will really looking into? That you will be interested in going into, because it's a line that many people want to have. For example, a Catwoman, a Penguin from Batman Returns.
Yep, 100%. If people are interested in it, we'll look into it. It's not always up to us. We don't have the final say. It's the licensor that has the final say. So sometimes they have their own reasons for saying yes or no. So all we can do is speak to the licensor and say, we want to do this. These are our proposals. We usually send some concept art of what the different things will do. And then they'll come back to us and say, yeah, you can, or no, you can't. And usually their decision is final because it's their brand. And we're basically the manufacturer, essentially. And we can design, we can pose, we can make all those things, but the final decision on how everything turns out is down to them.
What was the feedback on 80s lines? Like, for example, Ghostbusters, or maybe the original Terminator, Back to the Future. Would you guys get a lot of feedback from people about those? And is that something that you guys eventually might do, especially Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters would be awesome. I think we could do the car as well. There's lots we could do with that, especially like with the different packs they've got. Lots of different switch outs. I think there's so much we could do. We just need to. Is it Universal that has Ghostbusters?
I guess it's Universal.
Yeah, I think it's Universal. Yeah,
I'm not sure who. So we just have to reach out to the licensor. I know with
Fabio, you're muted.
Back to the Future, we're working on the DeLorean.
So that means that you guys gonna probably get
Yeah, so we've got
Marty
the DeLorean on the way.
So that means that you guys might get
Not necessarily now.
Okay.
I think we're starting with the DeLorean and then see how it goes from there.
From part 1 or part 2 of Back to the Future?
Or part 3?
Or part 3? Which DeLorean do you guys know?
I don't know yet. All I've seen on the paper is DeLorean, and then I asked the boss. He's like, it's just, you can just tell them DeLorean for now. So that's all I know.
Go on, Fabio.
No, that was my question. If you guys were getting into vehicles, but he answered it.
You are doing as well the Batmobile,
yeah,
right?
So
for
vehicles
the new Batman.
is like, the new Batmobile as well. So vehicles, again, maybe that's another poll, but we did see some feedback on the previous poll. Basically, there was too many options, that kind of thing. So we need to look into how to improve the polls to improve the whole process. But we did get some interesting results from last time, so we can start with there. And then if vehicles are a thing, we can look into that. I saw in another group, wasn't referenced to us, but someone mentioned like Blade's motorbikes. So I think we love Blade here as well. We've got a lot of Blade collectibles from other companies, so maybe that's something we do. There's the world of possibilities, but it just depends what licensing opportunities are available.
So with the vehicles, are you guys going to go the route more of like the Hot Toys where it's more plastic, or the Blitzwave route where it's a little more metal involved? You guys know anything at least about that with the vehicles?
I don't know yet. I'll try and get some news on that. Usually we try to use the best quality materials as possible. So like the small machine guns, the small handguns, the grenades, they're all metal for this 1/6 Joker. So we'd probably go down that route, but I'm not 100% sure.
Just one quick question before I know the Single Sorrow has a question as well. Can you share what licenses you guys have so far for 1/6 scale figures?
Yeah, so we have the Lord of the Rings, but that's China only. We've got the Matrix, China only, all DC, China only. And then for global, we've got the June license. And we've also got some Japanese anime licenses coming up, but I don't know what regions they're available just yet. It's not been confirmed with me because I think the contracts are still being signed.
Demon Slayer.
And anything,
Let me just address
on the
here.
works? Sorry, anything on the works that you might get, or anything that you can tease us, or still too soon to say?
So based on the polls, we're contacting the companies now, and we can't say which ones we're going for because maybe another company is listening and they'll try to go in and try to outbid us or something like that. So we just have to look at what the collectors are wanting and then contact the companies. Maybe Pennywise, like you mentioned, maybe is interesting, so we can find out who licenses them and then just contact as many people as possible and try and see what we can do.
I have here a question from Single Songwriter. He was asking if, since Queen Studios officially is selling in China only, should we be worried about those resellers getting the figures into the US market? I guess Queen Studios cannot, because you are only selling to China, you cannot be responsible for any third party selling, right? Yeah,
so usually we can't recommend anyone. We can't say, because we don't work with people. Or as a consumer, as an individual, all we can recommend is check the reviews. If this company's got a good return policy, good reviews, then just make sure if you're spending your money, you're willing to accept this is the risk essentially. So check the reviews, check what other people are saying, but we can't recommend, promote, or say anyone because we don't work with anyone outside of China at the moment. But when we launch the 1/6 for global, for example, the June license will be announcing who our official partners are, and we usually recommend people to buy from official partners only.
Great. Carlos, I have here a question about the Batmobile. Is the Batmobile going to be bundled with the Batman figure? Because some people on the groups were commenting about this. Or you are going to do it separate, Batman and Batmobile as separate release? Do you have any news about this?
So the moment we've just seen like the new head sculpts, and I've seen a few of the early design work. So I don't think that final decision has been made yet. So it depends on what the feedback is when we release the initial photos. So if we see a lot of people saying we just want one or the other or both together, we'll probably just listen to what collectors want. And it's early days, so basically what's happened in the last few days while we've been on holiday, we need to really learn from this. If this 3-day window is causing problems, maybe it's something we shouldn't do again. I'll speak with the CEO today, Jason, and tell him what we've talked about, and we just need to learn, essentially, because there's just going to be a few hiccups along the way, but we just need to keep the communication open and try to resolve problems.
Yes, because John, for example, year 6 Scale Mafia, Anthony, our friend, clearly there's a miscommunication around this 3-day pre-order window, because many retailers are saying that was not their choice to do it. They are almost implying that was Queen Studios that opened the pre-orders again, and that's why everyone is so confused about this. And I think you may understand our position as customers, because we also did the pre-order during that 3-day window, like we had only that limited time. But so happens that now, after some weeks, every retailer is reopening those pre-orders, and everyone is a bit worried what happened here. And then when the retailers tell you it's not our decision, it implies that it's Queen Studios' decision, but you are here and telling us it's not Queen Studios' decision, right?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, to be honest, I spoke to Jason, the CEO, yesterday or the day before when I first got the first message, and I didn't realize how widespread it was. So I just said, "Have we reopened?" He said, "No, we wouldn't do that." It seems a bit odd that they'd say that they had no choice. Everyone has a choice.
Of course,
we can't force anyone to do anything. So that wording seems a little bit odd to me. But I'll speak to the guys here and see what they say. But when we said 3 days, we meant 3 days.
Because in China, those pre-orders are closed. You cannot pre-order anymore.
Yeah, so you live in China, right? So you should be able to see.
I know that the pre-orders are not open here. They are closed in the 3-day window, as was stated.
Yeah.
Any more questions, guys?
That's the rules that we follow. Yeah.
I got one more question, just kind of going back to the Joker figure, and maybe John doesn't know the answer, but I'm just going to ask it anyways. So I really like what you guys have done with your bases, making them look really premium, not adding to like the toy aspect of the figure itself. They're like a diorama base, but yet they're, like I said, they're premium, they're elegant. With the jail cell base, you have the front very plain, and there's no like plaque or anything like that. To me, I like it that way, where you don't have the plaque, because I kind of feel like it just kind of stands out too much. It kind of takes away from the figure. Maybe it looks a little toyish, but I see what you did on the back of it. You would just kind of put in print the Dark Knight Joker, and I like that touch. Is that something that you guys are going to do with most of your figures, where you kind of incorporate the bases into like a, maybe not even like a full diorama, but like you did with the standing Joker, with just that circular base, kind of plain where it fits in, but then maybe on the back you just have something that kind of states what it is?
Yeah, so usually, because we're from a statue and bust background, we like to really design our bases from like an artistic point of view. We see these as collectible figures, not like kids' toys where they're very toyish, like you said. We see it as like a piece of art and a collectible piece of art. So if we want to make everything as artistic as possible. So the bases is a big part of that. I was going to see if the Joker bust is behind me, but if you look at the Joker bust on our website, the 2019 Joaquin Phoenix one, the base itself is like a full diorama and tells a story of the character. Right. So we try to do similar things with our 6 scale collectibles, try to incorporate the base as the character's story as much as we can, and then keep it quite simple sometimes as well.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that, and not all collectors share my opinion about it, but I just think, yeah, like you said, you know, you don't want it to look toyish, you want it to kind of be incorporated with it. So I myself don't use bases unless they are more of like a diorama style. So it would be nice if this is something that you're doing, because I'd love to incorporate them into the scene, if you will, as well. So awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, with our statues, it's a big part of it. The base is as much as the statue is. It tells a story. So with our figures, I think that could be the route that we go down. Maybe not every time. Maybe if it's just like a one-off figure, maybe not. But with some of the more iconic characters, we'd probably go for a more designed, thematic
Awesome.
base as well.
I just have a quick question. Somebody mentioned in the chat, and it's kind of interesting. Are you guys pursuing any type of license for singers? Like, let's say, for example, Michael Jackson or
Prince.
Queen, Prince, or any of those?
Well, first of all, Queen would be interesting, because that's the reason why the
Yeah.
company's named Queen Studios, because they're big fans of Queen here. So it's possible. If there's collectors that are interested, then we could pursue it. Like sports stars, like maybe. But we looked into the NBA license a year ago, but it just didn't seem right at the time. So, but we could look at like football's huge, like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Pele, maybe. Who
James
knows? We'll just see
Rodriguez.
what's available.
Yeah, you know, another question I have, just to kind of piggyback on this one. So obviously, as a company, you know, you want to get the big license, or the most popular ones, right? But there's also a community there's also a market for collectors that, you know, not necessarily buy the bigger characters like Iron Man, Star Wars, but more like small lines. Would you guys also consider to pursue like those type of like licenses, for example, something that is not super popular, but it's, you know, but it's also good for certain markets?
Yeah. We wouldn't rule anything out. We'd probably have to have, like, there's usually some sort of minimum that we need to hit to make it worthwhile, because we like to do passion projects, but if we're going to lose money, then it's not the wisest thing to do. But if we can find out what's that sweet spot between breaking even and making enough sales, then we'd definitely consider it, especially if it's like a global audience. Yeah,
and that's why you are doing those polls in the group, because you guys want to know what the community really wants, and it's a great idea. Those polls,
exactly.
you can have some ideas. I noticed that many people want like Terminator, was Batman from the 89. I think those were the lines most requested. I think Back to the Future as well. I think Back to the Future was there, and many people
I
asked.
can't remember everyone. Yeah.
Many people ask John, regarding the 2-pack. Are you thinking doing the same thing with the Lord of the Rings? Let's say we're going to do a Gandalf and Legolas as a 2-pack, or a Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White as a 2-pack, or this was just exclusive for Joker?
I think it's mainly for the Joker, because the Joker is such an iconic character, and we wanted to recreate those two scenes in particular. Like I mentioned, the jail cell scene and then the mobster scene. So we might do it occasionally, but I think most of the time there will be singles. Maybe we could divide it between a deluxe and a standard, or sorry, a regular premium deluxe on some other ones, where depending on the types of hair, there's lots of things we can do. We just need to listen to the feedback. And I think the 2-pack was a one-off. If we do it again, it would be for a really unique character.
Because many people asking about I don't know why, but many people ask about this. Do you have idea when we will see the packaging and more about this Joker? Do you have a schedule? Maybe third quarter, fourth quarter, when you will show us something more?
When the collectible is ready to ship, that's when the final packaging is done. It's probably being designed now, because we have to submit the packaging for approval from DC around now. So they'll probably be designing it, and then they'll be looking at different materials, how to make it look premium. So until the final piece is done, we can't really share anything just yet.
Right, and just have a couple questions. So number one, points of articulation. Do you guys know? I mean, if the figures are going to be fully posable, and also number two is, will you guys also explore to have 1/4 scale figures, not statues, figures that you can actually pose as well in the future?
Yeah, the 1/4 figure would be interesting. I've not heard anything about that just yet. We just have to find out how, because quarter scale is really popular in statues anyway. So if once we've figured out how to make the 1/6 figure, if people are interested in 1/4, then it's something we can do. In terms of points of articulation, I think it depends on the different characters. From what I've seen on all the designs and when speaking to Viper, we're looking to make as seamless as possible, but as posable as possible. So we don't want to show too many awkward joints, that kind of thing. We just want to make, with the magnets, make it as flexible to move, but also try and reduce those like hinge joints, that kind of thing. So I think we've released the points of articulation on the Joker. If we haven't, I'll make sure we share that as an update very soon.
And for the Tupac, both figures are going to be fully posable, right? Because there was some rumors around that only one is going to be kind of like for the bench.
One was me stuck in the sitting pose.
Yeah, the one in the seating pose. I can't remember what they said. I don't want to give a wrong answer, so I'll follow up and make sure. I know the standing one's fully posable. The seating one, I can't remember what they said, so let me follow up on that one. And yeah, I don't want to give a wrong answer, and then everyone get worked up about that as well, because we understand if I say the wrong thing, then it can cause problems. So I'll find out and I'll get back to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, because many people asked about the one that is sitting, that is if he's in the fixed position or we can pose it, because in some photos, in the promo shot for photos, we can see him standing up.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
we don't know if it is the same one or is the other one standing up without the purple coat. So that's why some people have these questions.
A good way to tell is, if you can answer this question, are the hands the ones that show the actual forearms? Is that going to be only for the one that's in a seated position at the moment, or can they both swap to those hands?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll try and find that out as well. I know that. You mean, can they be switched between each one?
Yes, because you know the purple.
Like, could we use the arms?
The glove ones are just the actual hand with the wrist, and then the other one's the actual forearm. So the forearm ones can only be used by the ones that was in the sitting position, or can they be swapped individually?
Let me find out, because that sometimes they are different between the how all the fittings work. I know that they're going to focus on making sure that the elbow joints are also magnetic as well. So it's possible, it could be possible to switch out, but I need to find out 100%. But these are the questions we need to answer up front. And what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll create like a full Q&A answer kind of thing. So if you've got a specific question, we'll answer it as we go, because it's one of our first collectibles. So I think they're basically learning as they go, and they're sharing information as we get the question. So as we get the question, we can answer that way. But Viper's best to answer that. I don't want to say something wrong and then send people up the wrong path. I want to make sure that it's 100% accurate.
Right.
So I'll speak to him and get the answer for you.
And then another
because
quick thing.
Carlos, wait, Dante, because Carlos here is saying that. Thank you for the super chat, Carlos. He's saying that he asked the Kun Studio support directly, probably on Facebook, and they said there are 43 points of articulation, and the sitting Joker can stand, the standing Joker can sit.
That's what
means
I
that both figures will be fully posable. And
they show them standing.
Okay, great.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember between 38 and 43 was the number I remember, but I just didn't want to answer and give you the wrong answer, because what I say now, people might hold against me. So I want to make sure I know
they will record the clip and put it everywhere.
they will record the clip.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, you guys are aware. Obviously, you guys did some market research and saw different probably channels and shows. The 1.6 community is a very tough one in terms of we can be very pleased at one time, but we can also be very critic. And critic is what it makes the company better, right? In your case, you guys are coming into the 1.6, so we as the collectors and the people who are going to be buying, we expect something in return. So that being said, we really hope that the final product is as good or even better than the prototype, because that will be a good thing for us. Because usually with other companies, we have this issue that the prototype is one thing and then the final product is another. And of course, Queen Studio is a much smaller company compared to the other 1.6 scale company. So do you? I mean, it's good that Viper is going to be overseeing this. So we should expect at the end of the day a more a better final product, right? And that's gonna be you guys' first impression, right? How you deliver that Joker. If everything goes exactly as you showed and as you advertise, you guys gonna be in a good position, right? But you guys also need to be aware that if something goes iffy, you're gonna get harsh, because that's the reality of this, right?
The 1.6 scale community is very critical.
Very critic. If you put the
The
eye
Star
with
Wars
the
was
wrong
bad.
color,
Yeah.
they're gonna say, "What? The eye is different." But you know what I mean. This is normal, especially for a company like you guys. You guys are really good in statues. I mean, that's no questions about it. But 1.6 is a different animal, because, as you said, people are gonna buy more than that. Maybe you can sell one statue, but this guy can buy 5 figures. That's a different thing. So that for all of us is important that the final product is as good or even better than the prototype. It was just a comment, not a question, actually.
So to be honest, but from what you're saying is essentially it's our philosophy anyway. So you guys are buying these figures, these collectibles. So your feedback is only going to help us improve. So of course we want to nail it every time, but as you know, not every company nails it every time. There's probably some hits, big hits, some misses. Maybe right now what we're experiencing is our first bit of pushback. But it's understandable. You guys are the guys that are going to keep us going and keep us being able to make what we want to make. So if we don't listen to you, then we're going to have real problems. So we just want to make sure that the final piece is better than the prototype if possible. If not, it's going to match it. Usually we aim for better than the prototype. And then if we get some negative feedback, what we usually do with our statues is we take loads of screenshots, translate everything into Chinese, send it to the art director, in this case, maybe Viper, and then they take it personally. So they read all the comments, they send all the messages. So they'll know, oh, this is the feedback, we need to do better. So you've got a direct line basically to us. Like today, you reached out to me within 10 minutes notice. I joined. I'm not prepared or anything. That's why I can't answer all your questions as well as possible, because I didn't know I was going to be speaking with you guys today. But we just want to make sure that your voices are being heard and we're here to speak with you.
Right. And that's good, because first
dude.
impression matters, right? Like in a relationship, you see the first girl, man, whatever, if it's good, you fall for it, right? No, so that's good. Transparency is something that we always talk about. Like, we want to know stuff. If there's a delay, just tell us about it. I mean, I think the issue that all of us have is, like, when there's a delay that's not communicated, it's just pushback, and then you need to kind of figure it out with sources, with people here, what's going on. As long as you guys keep that, I think you're gonna keep the community happy. Because again, we understand the world how it is right now, right? With the delays, with COVID, and all those things. So delays are gonna happen. We know that. But as long as it's communicated in some way, shape, or form, I think we're gonna be happy.
I have here other question that I want to know, John. As a company, because you do the figures, you sell, distribute by yourself, and some people concerned about some retailers selling the figures at a higher price than is the official price from Queen Studios. This is something that you guys will address, that concerns you. What's your view on this?
Unfortunately, we can't control it. And from my experience for statues and busts, because my job, like I said, is overseas. If we sell a statue in Europe or Japan or America, it's usually slightly higher than China because of shipping, taxes, port fees. All of those things add to the price. So
Stack up.
usually what we do is try to price accordingly. So for example, when we release the June figure, which will be globally licensed, we'll try and take that into consideration as much as possible to try and make the price fair for global collectors. But like I said, the Joker, there's not a lot I can do about that because it's licensed for China. The other collectibles will try and address that. But from a consumer point of view, there's always going to be those taxes, those other costs that add up.
Can you answer this question if you know, because it's interesting? Do any of the artists at Queen Studios collect 1/6 scale figures in their personal life as a hobby? For example, does Viper collect 1/6 scale figures?
Rooted hair.
Yep, I don't know about Rooted Hair, but I know that they all collect. So our office is just full of collectibles from all different types of companies. I've been to like the art director's home, the CEO's home. They all collect all scales, so 1/6 right up to 1:1 busts. So yeah, they're all collecting. They're obsessed. This is their life every day. Like sometimes I get phone calls 2 a.m. asking me about certain things. So they're obsessed with this. So
Do you collect?
Everyone collects. Yeah. I do have some collectibles, some figures, but not 6 scale. But now that we're moving into it, I'm probably going to start to buy more just because it's interesting to me, and I'll probably collect certain things. I've been looking at the some like custom pieces. Like I saw a Jordan Belfort one, and I thought that's quite cool. And I'd be interested in like a James Bond, but if we could do James Bond, I think I'd probably collect that.
You get the number 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Bond is a license that is interesting.
One thing I do have is one thing I do have, which I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Shaun of the Dead. So is Shaun of the Dead popular? Because I've got like a Shaun of the Dead figure.
It's pop culture,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people like.
Personally, I'd want that, but I don't know if other people want.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I watched the movie. I think there's a couple movies, no?
They did a bunch of movies together.
Yeah, there's one Shaun of the Dead. They're like the Cornetto trilogy. It's called. I think they've got like 3
cult
movies.
classic.
Yeah.
You should do the Evil Dead. Ash Williams.
So so Evil Dead.
Freddy.
We've got Pennywise. Freddy. I'll pass those on. We've got a 1-to-1 Freddy bust in the office as well.
Leatherface.
Predator.
Oh,
Predator
you got Freddy bust 1-to-1.
Would be good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Fox still owns Predator, right? Is it Fox that owns Predator?
So,
Disney.
Disney, that's right.
Disney.
Yeah,
Disney.
Forget it.
It's Fox.
Forget it.
Yeah, Disney on Fox now. Yeah.
You can't make a bloody Predator.
Fabio, go on.
My phone's about to run out of battery, so maybe you can take one more question if there's anything else you guys want to ask.
Do you guys have any final question for John? Let's check here.
I'm good. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
thank you, John, for the clarification. I think a lot of us are gonna be happy. And it's always good, just keep the communication going so all of us know what's going on, especially when this little misinformation is around. So thank you for your time.
And before letting you go,
so just
John,
one
because
thing.
just to finish up, because
so
I
just
know.
To clarify, I'm like.
Go on. I'll go after you.
Yeah, so I just clarify because I'm in charge of like overseas marketing and sales. So because this is China license, I had nothing to do with it. So if it was a decision for overseas, then it would usually I'd know about it. But because this is nothing to do with overseas, it was very come as a big shock to us. So we'll look into this issue and make sure that we can address it in the future, and we'll come up with an official statement to answer your questions once and for all. But yeah, the final statement is we've not asked anyone to open for more time or pushed anyone. So we are very sorry about this, and if this reseller issue is a problem, we need to find out how to solve it, because we understand why people would be upset. It's 100% understandable from our point of view, because we would be unhappy if that happened to us. So
Okay.
I'll follow up with the team today, see what official statement we can prepare, and then you guys know for sure. But I wanted to jump on today just to basically listen to you guys, find out what the issue is, and then give my initial feedback based on what I know so far.
And thank you so much, John, for coming over and taking the time to answer our questions. And we will have you soon when you unveil some new figures. We will call you back soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Okay. So let me check what the topic. And I missed some comments here.
Yeah, time for questions, okay?
No, was John from Collecting Weekly was asking some stuff. But yeah, it's already all answered. Basically, Queen Studios didn't reopen.
I blame the conspiracy theories for spreading misinformation. Unbelievable.
Ugh.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
No, but it makes perfect sense, right? Like, you have no control of resellers, and he said it, and that's a fair point. They don't distribute directly to us. Now, if you're telling me SciShow and this official distributor says that, then that's a different story. That means that they gave the okay, but in this case, they didn't. And resellers can do whatever they want. They probably got like 100, 200, 800 copies, and they want to sell it. They can extend it through their window for sure. So maybe it was a tactic as well. Maybe what they want to do is, okay, let's do the 3 days, finish, wait a week, and then put it back again so people can be again on the hype to get it, because they're gonna see, oh shit, it's coming back again. It's all strategy, But at the end of the day, I think it's good. At the end of the day, I think it's good that we got some information from the source. So
I think it's important to clarify too. I think somebody said they need to reevaluate who they're doing business with, but like you said, they're pre-ordering this as well. They're pre-ordering a certain amount, and then they're just going to turn around and sell it. So there's nothing they can really do about that. I don't think they're really in business with these other resellers. So just to kind of clarify that as well.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of confusion in this because, like Anthony is saying, 16kit said it wasn't his decision to sell it again. So in the end, it's whose decision? Is maybe the bigger distributor, someone that got a hold of a lot of pieces before, and now they are opening pre-orders back to stores? We don't know, because we listen Queen Studio saying we didn't open.
Something's not adding up, because it doesn't make any sense for different. If it was one person saying that, fine, but it's different retailers, not resellers. Retailers.
TNS, KG Hobby, 16kit.
It is odd that it's all the same thing too.
Right.
They're official.
I think they just buy bulk. They buy the bulk, and they probably just match all their pre-orders, and then that's just whatever they got.
I don't deal with anybody else. I know out of the names you just mentioned, I've dealt with Kit forever, and I know for a fact he would never make that up. He would never say, this is, I have no control over this if it wasn't true. So there's no reason for him to lie. You know what I mean? So somebody's lying. Who's lying? Somebody's lying.
I blame the sticker Hetman for everything.
And the sticker.
That's what Carlos is saying. Thanks for it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, I mean, it is
tricky.
It's tricky because if you have someone from the company telling you no, we didn't, and then you see all the retailers or the resellers saying, "Oh, somebody told us." It's stuff. You can believe whoever you want at this point. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you, "Oh, believe this guy, believe that guy." I don't know. The fact is that they're still open for orders, and still you can get it. That's the fact.
Right.
Whether somebody's lying or not, then at this point I think it's irrelevant. If you can get it, you can get it. If you can't, you can't. I think as simple as that.
Like I said, something's fishy, and that old saying, if it smells like fish, don't lick it. What?
Maybe
Or
someone,
like bacalao, con peste bacalao.
someone,
Sucia.
Big Bird, go.
Dale.
maybe someone, maybe someone,
Oh,
I
maybe
barely
someone,
talk. I barely talk.
You just
about
lost
that.
your spot, P-Rock.
maybe someone
I
really
like in the bottom.
bought a lot of Jokers, hundreds, and now are opening pre-orders
yeah,
for
maybe
those stores.
it's two things. Maybe these sellers, these resellers who are getting these figures, got it from one particular big reseller who maybe got like, I don't know, 400 copies, and then they just kind of distribute it again to these other resellers. So that's a possibility as well. So that's why I say, oh, it wasn't my call; it was just available. Maybe that's the reason why. I mean, again, who is really? I mean, we don't know exactly what's going on because we're not there. You know, you don't have to believe anything that was said. You don't have to. But you know, if someone who works from the company tells you something, you know, you
You
I
need to
think you
believe,
should-
right?
Exactly.
I mean,
You
it's
believe
right.
that
It's
person.
kind of like coming. Let's say JC Hong coming. Oh, you know, guys, we're not doing this. You're gonna believe it. Then, oh, you know what? Somebody told me in freaking T-Dubs that they're gonna be doing this figure. So you're gonna be like, wait, what? You know. So
T-dubs.
you know. So it is your choice, guys, what to believe.
In the end,
Danobi,
it's
welcome
not-
to here. Well, let me just address this comment from Danobi because I know he was listening with a very attention to what John was saying, and he said these figures are going to sit for a very long time after the release. I don't know, man, because at this moment I'm seeing maybe there are a lot of them still on pre-order. Maybe we will see them in stock.
I think the ones that we're gonna see going faster are gonna be the other versions, the single one and the sculpted hair. I think the rooted hair might sit
because
a
it's
little
the one you got. Because it's the one you got. So you want you want
it's-
yours to be more
no,
exclusive.
No. It's price. It all comes about price. I like the rooted hair one, but the price here in the US is obviously in China is cheaper, but in here is much pricier for us to get the rooted hair. You know, so I think people are gonna go with the most likely gonna go with the first version or the middle one. You know, that's just a thought. That's all.
168 fucked up. He thought Fabio was going to put his usual heart.
Usually like 10 or 5. All right, let me get
Like-
one only.
This guy.
Yeah, but I think there's a common sense here that
Number
no
guy
one
was
thinks.
bothering me.
Let Fabio speak.
No, I just said the numbers guy was bothering me.
The numbers.
I don't think that John Quinn Studios had anything to win if they came to a live stream just to blatant and lying
It's their
comments.
It was not.
saying.
Their company, talking about their own
I don't
company.
think-
Why would they
I don't
lie?
think it's blatant lie, but there's something going on. There's
Yeah.
something happening.
They're covering
Maybe
something
he
there.
doesn't know what's happening.
That's what I'm
you know,
thinking.
we don't. How do we know that he knows everything? He doesn't. He said it. He's like, I
Covers
don't
tracks
know.
good.
Fabio, listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
The pre-orders open in China, right? It's quite easy that a group of people, let's say they put 300 pre-orders on them, and now they are selling to the resellers. It's easy. It's
No.
possible.
No
Well,
one is gonna know.
that's they're gonna know.
Oh my god. It's possible.
Yeah, but again, it's something's not adding up to me. At least to me, something doesn't make sense, and it'll come out eventually. Like
Well,
everything.
We should talk about why the gas prices are so expensive and why the inflation is so crazy like that. We're wasting like 2 hours talking about, oh, is the figure? It
In
is
the
what
end-
it is, man.
Yeah. End
At
of
the
the day, it's
it
not
is
that
what
big
it
of a
is.
deal. I mean,
Yeah.
I know
These are
some
big
people
problems.
are upset, but you know, you make your own choices. More
Right.
people are going to get the figure, but I think he doesn't know everything, like you guys said. I think it would be a bad look if he was lying, and then, like you guys said too, we find out that he was lying to us.
Right.
But he did, like, he doesn't know everything, but he did say that he was told they didn't reopen the 3-day
Right.
window. So he did clarify. He said they did not. So
Right.
somebody might not be telling the truth. I don't know.
Yep.
Or maybe they are. And it's just one big source selling those figures out there. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's just a pre-order, and I
Right.
said this in the previous stream. This is not like
we got
like a
your topic
figure.
until tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
He was
No, this
honest
comment,
about it.
this comment. If with this comment, I will go out and I let Fabio here for the next 3 hours, because if he start to answer to this,
My answer to this is yes.
He was honest with the questions he couldn't answer. He didn't know. So
Right.
why would he?
Yeah,
Why
at
would
least,
he
at
why would he
least we
make that
got
up?
that. I mean, he answered the question about the root hair. I mean, I'm ignorant about it, so I'm sorry if it was a stupid question, but who cares? But those are things that, like, it might sound stupid, but collectors want to know. Like what Graham asked about the possibility. The base, is the whole thing magnetic, or only the spot for the legs, and that's it. Because you want to do some poses. I mean, of course, the Joker is not
That'd be cool
Spider-Man.
to swap out. You just swap out the magnetic piece. That'd be
The
cool.
articulation. I mean, I'm glad he clarified about the articulation. That is, both figures are going to be articulated, so that's a good thing. I mean, it was a theory out there that is only the main one, and then the other one is going to be seated, and that's it. But it wouldn't make sense to me, especially with the price tag.
Yeah, I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that. That was just people being picky.
I think the worst part of what he said was the fact that somebody who just purchased module cases can't pre-order it, so it sucks.
He just looked like, what?
I was like, what just happened?
Oh man! But
I think it would have been worse if, like, let's say they're like, pre-order window is going to be 30 days, and then all of a sudden they just cut it off at like 14 days or something. Like, I mean, if anything, more people can get the figure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would have been worse. But so if they do have something to do with this, I mean, again, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, just get it if you want to get it.
Yeah,
See,
I mean, you can get it.
I think here's the thing. I think for anybody to complain about any of that is kind of weird, because at the end of the day, this is not a life or death situation. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go, borrow money to buy a figure. That's your choice. You don't have to go, pawn your stuff to go buy a figure. You don't have to get rid of stuff to go buy your figure. If you do that, you cannot blame the hype. That's your choice. You're in a hobby that where the hype is very important. It just is. It's organic, and it just happens. As long as something is popular and hot in the moment, and the figure is announced, that's going to create a hype. It's up to you as a grown person. I would hope that you're at least 18, buying all these things.
Riley.
It's up to you.
KG collector.
Well, I'm
they
not
cannot buy.
Specifically, I'm just talking about in general.
They didn't want to either.
No, we take everything literally, man. Go ahead.
You are removing two fellow YouTubers from buying the Queen Studios.
That's
Well,
discrimination.
no. I mean, because when you're 17, you're considered a minor. Obviously, you're not going to have a job making all this money. That's my point. That's what I mean. 18.
Maybe he's a drug dealer. Who knows?
If he's a YouTuber,
YouTuber for $140,000 a month.
But so you can't blame a company for your choice. You know what I mean? You can't blame. Like, I think that's a cop out. I think that's that's somebody not taking responsibility for their own actions and looking to blame somebody else. And I don't think that's okay. Yeah, I'm not saying that the companies, specifically Queen Studios, that they're not doing anything wrong. I'm not saying that no company does anything wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you're not going to blame a company for the choices that you made to buy this product. It's just not fair. It's not normal.
You weren't forced into the pre-order. You pre-ordered on your own way.
And that's why there's an NRD. You can just put the NRD down and wait. It's probably not even going to come out in Q4. And if it does come out in Q4, that's going to be in China. So by the time we get it over here, it's
gonna be
2023.
But it's still, it's still an aggressive timeline though, and that's why I said to him, it's still an aggressive timeline.
I have a bad feeling about that.
Well, he already hinted at the fact that
I place my pre-order at, they open pre-orders 10:30 a.m. My pre-order was placed 10:31.
So you're getting it last.
I hope so.
No, you better not.
But the thing is, like, if they can say, okay, I'm gonna release this in Q3, right? But they know it ain't gonna happen. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna put a post. Hey guys, just I want to be transparent. It's gonna be a delay, so it's gonna be now Q1 next year. You're still gonna be happy because at least they're telling you instead of just not gonna like wait Q3. Then Q4, nothing happened. Q1 next year, nothing happened. Then Q2, here we go.
I think they're gonna try real hard to push that first batch.
And I think they're
those
gonna try
33
it really
figures
hard.
exactly.
Yeah.
Those 33 are to come out before the end of the year.
Right, because right now,
Yeah.
regardless of what Hot Toys does, if they decide to announce a DX whatever for this, Ledger Joker, still Queen Studio has the advantage of having the figure released by the end of the year. So that's a huge advantage already, and especially with everything they announced and the stuff that they have, So interesting to see.
No, but anyway, it was nice for him to come because we were backstage when he sent me a message. He replied my message. He was really not prepared. It was 5 minutes, and that's why I also didn't say anything before. I also didn't know he will reply, and it was nice of him to come and clear this out. But now maybe we should do a live stream with TNS figures, KG Obi, T-Dubs all together. So how did you? Why did you open the pre-orders? And then maybe they can reply to us.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I understand everyone's point of view. And again, this is just my opinion. So please, if you're gonna blame me only. I think we're getting too crazy about this.
Right.
Yeah.
One, you still can pre-order it, so that's good. You still can get it. At least you can get it here in the US. If you're in China, that's a different story. They can't, or maybe they can. Who knows? But one, you can get it. Two, it's not like a limited run. It's not like a 1,000 units only. So I think I think we are just kind of like overkilling it. And I understand everyone's point of view. Yeah, you stay stressed out. Only 3 days to pre-order. You needed to play around with your finance to get it because it was something that you needed to make a decision in just 3 days for a big purchase. So of course, I understand that part as well. But on the other hand, if they say no, we didn't, and then you buying this from different resellers, then it's really not to blame them. It's just to blame the resellers that they just kind of like had another extra batch. But again, I also understand the fact that so many of these resellers have the same story. So either they coordinated really nicely, or there's one main distributor doing this behind Queen Studios' back. Are they doing this for all these resellers, and they don't know about it? We don't know.
Or cancel your pre-order. That's it.
Or maybe
let me just address here this chat. I will not read the username. The name Kinky Sphincter. What's this username? You got the Nightmare Flash. I got my shipping invoice. You got the shipping invoice from who? Can you tell me which store? So that I can have some more idea about this. And here is a good question from Pedro Lima. If someone bought a lot and got super stocked, what's the risk of the price falling after launch? What do you have to say about this, Fabio? Or Graham or P-Rock, do you think that this will the risk of the price falling after the launch is high? We will see this overstocked.
Well,
I'll defer to Fabs.
Well, the thing is, it's gonna sit. If they overdid it, it's gonna sit. It's gonna sit, and people are just gonna wait for discounts. They're gonna wait for coupon codes, whatever it is, to get it cheaper. And that's what's gonna happen. Whoever pre-order, they're gonna regret pre-ordering. They're gonna be like, oh, I should have just waited. And because again, there's too much hype around this. Nobody knows anything. Still to this day, we're asking questions to the guy who's supposed to be helping. He doesn't give the exact answers about everything we asked about. So this is going to be, we're expecting too much out of this, and a lot of people are going to get very disappointed at the end because of, again, we created this hype on our own, and we just got to deal with what it is that we started. Because somebody said, I don't know who said, but somebody said they got about 6,000 orders already. Like, how many people are going to cancel? Do you know how many people are going to just decide, what, once it comes out, I don't really want this. I'll wait for Hot Toys to make another, or whatever the excuse is. I don't have the money right now. They're going to sit for a while. Whoever's buying this thinking that it's an exclusive thing, that they're going to make, all this money reselling. Definitely not in the beginning at all. This is going to wait. You're going to have to wait a long time. You're going to have to sit on these things for a long time if that's your plan. So hopefully you didn't go in with that mentality, but if you did, God bless you and hope for the best.
I don't know.
Uh,
It may sit
but-
until that first review comes up where people see how beautiful it is. If Queen Studio pulls it off, then I don't think
And I think they're gonna pull it off. But one other thing is like all this, and again, this is done for you guys, really, because it's information for you. At the end of the day, you're the one buying the figure. We order whatever we needed to order, but it is important for all of us to know what's going on. Especially, I think now the way I see it is that more collectors are into this game and are more prepared than in the past. Like in the past, a lot of people were just kind of for the hype. But now people are more conscious about budget, pricing, because this is very important to me. Like, and especially I hope for you as well. When you buy figures, when you do this, is it worth to invest in this company? This is a brand new company in terms of 1/6 but it's an old company in terms of statues. So they have some type of credit, right, to give to you guys. So that's why people excited about it. And then there's many questions that weren't answered. So that's why we asked this question earlier, because he was going different interviews, different channels, and all those questions, but we didn't get much answers. I think we got more answers today. I think they actually went back and they did their homework and they tried to be, more prepared in terms of giving an answer. And I think that helps because at least to me, I got clarification on the figure, the hair, the articulation, possible lines. Now Graham asked about the base and things like that. So at the end of the day, all this adds value, whether you want to get it or not. Whether they extended 3 days to 20 days, it doesn't really matter. If you want to get it, you're gonna get it no matter what. If it's 1 day pre-orders, it's 50-day pre-order. So let's just kind of leave it in that term.
Let me just address here this comment because he was asking before about the Nightmare Flash, and I asked from where did he got the invoice, and he said from Toys on the Land. I have noticed that Toys on the Land normally send invoices way before any figure is released, and happened already at least with 3 figures that people ask me, is this going out because I got the invoice? The factories even don't know when they will release, and they already send invoices. So I know about this because they send invoice for Indiana Jones of Present Toys back in January and still not released yet. They normally send invoices too early. I don't know what's their system.
I'm going to tell you why they do that. They're doing that because they're tricking people into sending in their full amounts early so they can keep the money early. That's exactly what they're doing. It has nothing to do with the item shipping at all. The items aren't shipping. They're sending out invoices for customers to pay off their figure so they could keep that money and then be like, oh, well.
It is beyond me. I'm sorry, one final point. It is beyond me that people do payment plans for a reseller. Yeah, I'm hungry. It is just beyond me because if you're doing this for a company overseas, that is not an official retailer, and you're putting your money monthly. If that company shuts down, man, those companies have more chances to shut down than Sideshow. So it's a very risky move.
Exactly.
I understand doing a deposit. By all means, it's fine. If it's an NRD, okay, whatever. Something happened with the company, you lose $20. But if you're gonna be paying monthly, I don't understand how they do that and how people do it. Especially those companies like that with really not good reputation. Just my 2 cents.
Let me address here Marcos with the K. Can we bring our Chen and ask why they keep reissuing figures? Our Chen, I think it's impossible, but I did contact some days ago a sculptor from Hot Toys. The name is Vivalai. Was the sculptor that did Pennywise. Was one of these latest work was Pennywise, and I reached to him, talked with him, but he said he would love to be on the stream, but his English is just not enough to speak with us. But I will try to get. I'm trying to get Asmus to come here. I also talk with Asmus. Let's see if they will come here for our next stream. But that's it. There's someone who was asking me about third-party releases. Of course, I have something to show you. That's why I was asking before. Did any of you saw the movie called no, I forgot the name.
Who was it? What actor was in it? What was it about?
Knives Out.
No.
Oh,
Chris Evans.
Have you guys watched this movie?
yeah.
Exactly.
Wait, is that
Daft
supposed to
Toys
be
just
Chris Evans?
Yeah, that's Chris
Yeah.
Evans.
He was there.
Daft
Oh,
Toys just announced this today.
No, thank you.
What? Look at
You're
that.
not getting?
Absolutely
Amazing.
not. Look
I
at
like the
that.
jacket.
No
Look at
way.
that good-looking fella.
No way. You could keep it. Buy 3. Save me one.
Let me
That movie
address it
wasn't that
again.
great.
Carlos is again with a super chat. Thank you so much. Again, Fabio, why you keep your stickers on your head? It's going to get ruined. You should. Can you address this question again? Because I know you already replied to these ones.
He's messing around. He knows. He already knows.
Yeah, but you got these knives out. I didn't watch the movie, and I don't think I really want these. But look, Daft Toys, there's a good set. Their quality actually is quite good.
I'm surprised
You
they're
got the
making this
sofa.
character.
Yeah, this is like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
They also did the one. They also did the one from La La Land.
I don't know who's requesting this, but it wasn't me.
There's always a market, my friend. There's
There's always a market.
Well, you know what?
I
people
asked the
do?
question.
You know what
Need
people
that
do?
backdrop, need a couch.
They'll buy the figure and they'll use the accessories and the clothing to create other stuff.
Something else, yeah, because this is probably gonna be cheap, right?
Yeah.
There's no price yet. They just released the photos today. There's no price on it yet. And later, I also want to talk about this. No, I don't
Ooh,
want
yeah,
to
let's
talk
talk about
about
that.
this. Now, I want to introduce here a segment, just pretty quick, figures from movies that made us, for us to give some opinions. What figures you would like to see from movies that we saw, and I think there are a lot of franchises that we didn't see figures from. For example, Beetlejuice, I know Sideshow already did those, but Jurassic Park 1/6 scale, I think there's nothing.
I want to see a 1-to-1
Or-
T-Rex.
Prime One does the statues of
No, life size
Jurassic
T-Rex.
You want a life size? A life size or T-Rex? Okay, I gave you the life size. Coming here to spam my stream. Is there any figure from movies, Graham, that you would like to see being announced?
Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say that I introduced my 4- and 3-year-old girls to Jurassic Park tonight. I thought that would be a good
Wow.
idea.
No, it scared him, right?
My 3-year-old was scared at some parts, and we tried to skip through the eating of the cow and the goat or whatever. But they made it, and I think they're sleeping right now. So
I got away with Grim.
now we just open the door to more. But if I'm picking from here, I've been
No, don't
dying-
pick from here. These are just
Hold on here. hold
random
on.
photos.
Damn, this
If I'm picking from here,
Don't do it. Don't do
I have been wanting the Catwoman and the Penguin from Batman Returns, and maybe it's a licensing thing, but they did the Batman Returns Batman. I just wish we could get the villains. But the other one that comes to mind is John McClane from Die Hard. I would love to have
Okay.
a John McClane figure, without the shoes, the wrap on the feet, the blood, the dirty wife beater shirt, the markings on his arm. I think that would be a really cool figure to have. There'd be so much because it's really battle damage. So John McClane would be really cool.
How about you, Mr. Fabio? I know you got a lot of figures that in your mind from movies before.
Oh my god, so many. I'm like dying for a 6-scale T-Rex. No, I'm kidding. No, a Beetlejuice would be amazing. I would love a Beetlejuice. The villains from Batman Returns would be amazing. A Catwoman. I've been dying for a Catwoman forever. I know they've made, third parties have made her, over the years, but they're very, very crappy. So I never bothered. He-Man. I would love a He-Man. The entire line. I always say Mortal Kombat.
They
I
do kill
know.
He-Man, though.
I know we're getting, that from Storm Collectibles, but I'm not getting any of those because I feel like they're crappy to me. So Street Fighter as well. So I wish, and when I say this, I mean like either from Hot Toys or like a good company like So-So Toys, stuff like that. I don't mean like just any third-party company give me that stuff. No, I want good quality stuff.
Yeah,
But
Mondo-
you
Mondo-
mentioned Eamon, for example. You would like Eamon the cartoon version or the movie?
So even if Hot Toys were to make a cartoonish looking one, I'll take that from Hot Toys. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't want a third party company making something cheap to give us just anything. I don't want that. because I'm not going to get
Mondo makes those.
Yeah, but they're very like to
That's
me,
not
they're
that
very cartoonish. They look like a toy. You know what I mean? And even though they look great, to me, it looks like a toy. That's what I mean. Like I want it to be, you know, hot toys look for me to get into them.
Before going to P-Rock, I'm going to ask Dante first because he got to go to sleep because tomorrow I need to wake up early. What's the one you want besides T-Rex 1-to-1 scale?
Beetlejuice 1. I would like the Ghostbusters by Queen Studio. Or Hot Toys, whoever. Pinhead. And what else? Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins. NECA did those, but I think they are 7-inch. I think not 1/6 scale.
What was the name? Gizmo? What was the name?
Yeah, Gizmo. Yep.
Right.
Gizmo.
I won that like a 1-to-1, like a very like super like a movie replica type of thing. You know.
Top Gun 86, Bob Dylan saying here. It's true. Top Gun 86 would be nice to have. And you, P-Rock. P-Rock is you will only going for monsters, right? Dante, you need to leave now, or you are going to leave now?
Now stay.
You won't stay for. You won't stay for a cup. You don't stay longer.
Dante.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'll stay for a few minutes.
Of course, I'll go Godzilla. After Godzilla, I want to do Never Ending Story. I would love I forget the name of the flying dog.
Oh, the carpet.
Yeah, I would love to have that. And there was a third one I was thinking about. Damn, I kind of forgot what it was now. Obviously Ninja Turtles, but not Ninja Turtles. I forgot the third one I was thinking about. Ninja Turtles would be awesome, the movie version.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles the 90s. The movie version 1/6 scale in a good quality from Hot Toys will be. But that's a good question because I know Graham also collects turtles, and you also, P-Rock. Does NECA have the license for everything, or it's just for a 7-inch and 1/4 scale?
I think it's just because they don't make because the 6 scale, only 6 scale is Mondo and 3-0. They made it to 6 scale lines for Ninja Turtles. So I don't.
And then 3-0 just make the newer movie ones.
Yeah,
so I don't know if
newer ones.
If
and
it's
then,
just
Mondo
those that they
did
have.
the original Mirage Turtles. So
I don't know if NECA owns
NECA
all
has
the rights or
cartoon. I know they have the cartoon rights. I think they have the cartoon rights, but I'm not sure about all the other ones.
You'd think it'd be a huge
Interesting.
market to get into. I mean, they're still really popular. So
They sell good.
I think many people, because I was watching a stream. Someone was talking about the if we could see 1/6 scale turtles, and someone was saying, "Why would you make that? Only 10 people would buy them."
What?
But
Oh,
the community that collect
Give me
turtles
that person's
is
name.
huge.
Everybody.
Is huge.
yeah.
I only
I don't remember the name, but someone was talking about that.
You only got what? About
But
5?
I only know.
no,
Peter.
not Fabio.
I mean, it's one of NECA's
No.
biggest sellers, along with probably
Yeah.
like, I mean, Predator and. I mean,
And
I
the
think
horror
when I talk about NECA, I think about TMNT, whether it be the animated or they're doing the 1990. Now they're doing the Turtles 2. Like, if it wasn't selling, they wouldn't keep making them. So I mean, there's a
And
market.
they do those STDC exclusives that sell out
Right.
very fast, very fast. So I think it was a good line to enter. Imagine if they do the turtles, and then they could do Shredder. Some foot soldiers even can do those monsters from the second movie. The two of them, I don't remember those names.
Tokar and
God,
Razor.
Razor, yeah.
They are babies.
Oh, we didn't see that movie.
That's why I don't have them.
I have.
I know that's one.
But even Playmates came out with the retro with the carded toys again too. You know, the little 4-inchers. So I mean, even those are still selling. So I mean, yeah.
I picked up a few of those.
I actually just sold mine today.
How dare you?
I know, but
Also, James
I got some
Bond
good stuff.
figures as well. James Bond figures. We never see any licensed ones until now. We are only seeing from third party.
Ooh, another
there
one
are
would be
some
Inspector
companies.
Gadget. I love Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget, you got it.
Yeah.
Mondo did Inspector Gadget or Blitzway. They did a 1/6 scale.
That's not 6. No, the Blitzway one's not 6 scale. That's smaller.
It's smaller. I thought they
Yeah.
also did the 1/6
No.
scale because they did that.
It's the same size as
They
Waldo.
did that. Waldo. Yes, they did the Waldo 1/6 scale.
Somebody did Where's Waldo too.
That's Blitzway. Blitzway did
Blitzway,
it.
but I don't think that's 6 scale. I think it's smaller.
And
Here's one that
mhm.
not a lot of people would probably be with me on, but the Edge of Tomorrow movie with Tom Cruise. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys
I
remember
think
that
someone
one.
mentioned. I
That's
think someone
actually-
mentioned it.
That's one of my favorite movies. So like to have something like
Edge
that
of
with all the
Tomorrow.
mechanical stuff would be really cool too.
Yeah. Somebody actually made a custom out of that. They used one of the figures that comes with the exosuits, and then they put a Tom Cruise head sculpt on it. It looks actually really good.
What would you guys think of
Just-
like Independence Day, the original?
Oh, Independence Day.
Will Smith and then the alien and Jeff Goldblum.
Do you get the
At
Kung
this
Fu
point-
grip?
I knew I was waiting for somebody to say something.
At this point in time, I don't think it's a good marketing strategy
No.
to go with those
The
those
aliens would be
figures.
cool.
Aliens. There are a lot, but you see some companies, for
Leprechaun.
example, Iconic Studios that are doing the American Psycho. They are doing Ryo from Street Fighter, and they are doing the Muhammad Ali also. And you got other companies, Flashback, that they got the license for Dexter that is supposed to come
Ooh,
out
yeah.
next month.
All right, I can't wait.
And that Dexter, I'm expecting that one because I really want to have that piece. Did you pre-order Dexter, Dante? You like those kind of figures? Did you got it? He's completely out, right? He's
I
sleeping.
pre-ordered it.
No. That somebody put a picture on one of the Facebook groups.
About?
Ahsoka and Maul fighting. I don't know if this is a behind the scenes or what.
They having a little spat.
They haven't announced the second body yet, right, Joy, yet for the Dexter? Because I know they said they're gonna release the second body, so that way you can have both versions. So you have the
No.
clothes. All right,
They
That's
did not yet.
I'm definitely gonna get the
They
second
did
body.
not yet. Will you be showing Robbie Harley once it sells soon? Will you be showing Robbie Harley 1/3 scale soon? The Robbie Harley 1/3 scale. Which one is this?
Margot Robbie, the Harley.
Mm-hmm.
But that's JND. That's JND. I didn't get those. Do you think that looks good? Honestly, I can see. I cannot find that prototype very good. Are you all on Facebook searching for something and letting me here
No.
alone?
I'm here with you.
Unrelated
Oh,
topic. P-Rock, do you have any of the TMNT Nickelodeon 1/8 statues?
No.
Those are cool. I would recommend getting those as well. And they're
I don't have
affordable.
space for statues.
I think
That's
retail they're like $45-$50,
What's
but
happening?
they're like
What's
this tall.
happening here? What's
Where?
happening here? I'm seeing many comments. What's this?
Lots of stuff deleted.
From La Cova del Griton. We are from La Cova del Griton. What's this?
Yeah,
Bring
I'm
in
trying to get
Radiant.
rid. I'm trying to get rid of them because you're getting spammed. That's what I'm trying to do.
Is this spam?
Mhm.
I don't know. You've gotten just 15 messages of the same thing.
a bunch of high school kids. They joined in together. We're good.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Maybe some. It's not spam. They're saying it's not spam. I don't.
Oh, all right.
La Cova del Griton is a channel, right? It's a YouTube channel, right? Maybe they come here to check the
yeah.
John.
Ah,
It's love.
I agree. It's not spam. It's love.
Oh,
okay.
sorry. Love and
Good
raw.
vibes.
Hey,
Troy
if I was
recommended
like,
it.
get out of here, get out of here, get
Oh,
out of here.
Troy. It's Troy. Thank you. It's Troy. Okay. It's
No,
another
they
channel.
here. I'm getting rid of them all.
Everybody, welcome. If I deleted your comment, sorry.
Okay.
Put it back up.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
because
Thank you.
the other day, just for you guys to know, like we got spam all the time, and sometimes they start sending like hate messages and things like that. But but all good.
It's usually
Thank
in
you, guys.
Joel's main language, which is Russian, but we can.
Yeah, hit the like
No,
button, guys. Almost 100 likes. Come on.
Hit the like button. quickly. Six Scale Mafia is saying he recommended my channel, so must be the La Cova del Grito. Troy, thank you a lot. For me, you know which figures I want? I tell you, the ET. No one did ET
that
nor
was
6 scale.
definitely spam right
Now, do you
there. Yeah,
want?
that's spam right there.
Oh, this
There
spam.
it is.
Yeah, there you go.
For
Hit
the
it, Fabs. Hit it.
No, it's okay. Leave it. It's friends.
No, no, not that one. Not that one.
So now
It's
would you want
friends.
for ET? Do you want the exclusive accessory to be the light up finger, or like what do you want?
The bicycle.
The wig.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah, the wig. I'll say the outfit.
You
I
want a
love
DX
that.
double pack with the bicycle? Unbelievable.
No, exclusive would be the wig.
You
Outfit.
don't want the bicycle. The bicycle, ET, and everything. It will be an amazing
plant?
set. Everything.
That's what I'm saying. A nice
I think
DX.
Mm-hmm.
a nice TX. But I think at this point in time, I don't believe Hot Toys will go back to this kind of movies. They are too deep into Marvel, Star Wars, DC.
Yeah.
That's where the money is, and I think they will go on. Did you see that, Fabio? You know more about this because you collect for much longer than us. When Hot Toys did those one-off like those movies, they all came out around the same time, right? They didn't spread for many years because lately we don't see any of those.
Well, give me
When
an
they
example.
release like
What figure?
for example, let's say Terminator, RoboCop,
Predator.
Alien, Predator. That was around the same time that they were releasing those figures, right?
What do you mean around the same time? Like they came one after the other, like that, or years after?
No, I mean after they start with this Avengers line,
Right.
we never saw anything from like one-off figures, and there was Pennywise only, I think. Pennywise.
No, you got
And one more.
what's her name? Oh my god. With the Battle Angel. What the hell's her name?
Alita.
Alita is a one-off too.
Alita, okay.
Yeah, so
Hellboy would be one off too, right?
they don't do many one-offs. But like for example, Hellboy was a one-off.
Yeah, it's another one.
You're not gonna get any more characters from Hellboy, but they made the figure. So that happened over the years too, but not, back then we weren't getting figures like we are now at all. We were not getting announcements left and right like we are now. Nowhere near close. And I forget who I was talking to. The reason why I started getting multiples was because I would buy a single figure. Back then, like I always say, we weren't getting as much of anything. Even there was not, many third-party figures at all. So a lot of people were kit bashing a lot of things. So what people would do, they would buy one or two figures, keep one normal, and then customize the other one. So what happened to me was I would buy one, notice what the community was doing with customizing those figures. So by the time I went back to get a second one to do that myself, it was already sold out. So then I said, you know what? I have to start ordering multiples right off the bat because it'll sell out when I need a second one. So that's what started. So now I just ordered out of habit because of that. But, I don't need to pre-order anything. But I do it just because of that mentality that, that I got stuck in because of what was happening. So I would have to go back on eBay and pay, price and a half to double because it was sold out already.
I did that with a few figures. I kind of
Let me just address here this comment from Rafael. No, we thought we was spam because there was too many messaging the same time with the same topic. We didn't know. So we are very sorry, but because there was too many comments with the same name. So sorry for that, and thanks for being a subscriber. There was here a comment also that is, I talked about this before. I don't know if you guys checked the review from Dean Knight. He did the John Wayne figure from Caustic Plastic, and that figure looks very, very good. Really, it comes with a magnetic base.
You have pictures?
I don't have pictures. You go to the Night channel and watch the review.
Oh, you should have used the video and said it's yours.
No, I cannot do that. But it comes with magnetic base. It comes with a magnetic
base. Like
base.
Michael Myers, man. He'll show up in Joel's house dressed as Michael Myers.
1/6 scale Jaws line with Orca. Good. There's a lot of figures we could go on. Amazing. Well, 1/6 Kale the Fear and Loathing from the Johnny Depp Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah. And the other movie that Johnny Depp did the voice, the Django, was not Django, Rango. That's Lizard, the green one.
The chameleon.
Wow, yeah, that one would be sick to have that figure. There are so many movies.
Did you guys know that Hot Toys made Winnie the Pooh and Piglet?
Yep, I want
yes,
that.
Of course, I know.
I wanted that so
Me
bad.
too.
Sideshow never got it.
I wanted that set. I still
Do you want it?
I still want it, yeah.
Oh, I want it. Hell yeah. I got Maleficent. I have Beauty and the Beast, Belle, and I wanted them too. And I'm like, man, I don't know where to get them.
But let's say this Winnie the Pooh, you will pose him next to Iron Man?
No.
The display?
Next, I'll put it in the Endgame shelf.
Endgame.
No, I have a shelf for like the Disney one. So I have
the Barbies and so on.
Yeah,
By the bar.
No, he's gonna put it with his dead
Poor
Jedi.
Fabs.
I have Maleficent with Belle,
And
the
Ken.
Care Bears, and then I
No,
want to put
dead Jedi's.
Care Bears.
This
Care
is
Bears
why
in
we get made
1/6
fun
Kale?
of.
no.
The regular ones, old school carriers.
Anyway, guys,
District 9.
I have to leave. So
No, stay. Come on, man.
So I was watching.
Why are you
watching the.
Why are you
no,
being
I was-
like this?
No, listen. I was
You were
watching-
here when John was here because you know you have more views. Now you see that the views are going down. You need to go, right?
No, listen. I was watching Troy. His live stream. He has a live stream right now going. So thank you for sending subscribers. We thought it was an attack because when we start getting like people saying the same thing is a bit unusual. But I just want to say thank you for sending subscribers your way.
Yeah, like this is
John.
your channel.
I didn't
Like,
know.
it's just your way, not my way, but
I
your
didn't know
way.
No, I just want to say it again. I know I said it before, but I didn't know that they were coming
Yes,
from anywhere.
yes.
That's so. I apologize for.
So that's
whoever
what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
don't
you.
think that
Thank
it
you,
was
Troy.
like,
Yeah.
That we don't want you guys
Just-
here. It was my mistake.
Just-
It was literally the same message over and over and over and over.
Right.
And over.
Just
we
so
got
you know,
bad
I lost
experiences.
40 subscribers with this thing.
All right, guys. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, you're
I know, Joel, was a pleasure for you to having me on your show. Thank you, guys.
It,
Have a
it
good
was
night.
really a pleasure. It was really a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Really,
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
because you are
everyone.
streaming. You are streaming for 4 hours straight.
Dude, I'm tired. Like since like 7:30. Look at this. I'm telling you. So
Go
yeah,
to rest and remember, don't exercise. It's bad for your health.
it's very healthy. Yeah, I got sick twice
What?
because I went to the gym.
You went to the gym and got sick, so I told him don't exercise because
Don't
it's bad for
exercise.
your health.
I'm
Yeah,
allergic
no,
to muscles. That's why.
But hey, it's just me going, guys. You guys can stay. So it's just me going.
Yeah,
Just
because
me
I
going.
see a comment here from and she's saying good night everyone, but we are not leaving. We
No,
will
it's
stay
just
here a
me.
bit more.
I'm the party pooper.
It's just a party pooper leaving.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
See you, Dante.
See you, my friend. See you.
And as
Thanks
always,
for coming.
Be well.
Be
That's
well.
it. Let's get it. Good night, guys.
There's someone of you won the 1/6, the good, bad, and ugly. I saw that Redman made them, but I think they stole from other artists. I don't have those ones. There are a lot of custom artists that do these one-off figures, but they go for a quite expensive price. Only that that missed out fire, that
Yes.
was expensive. I think $1,000 something for that one. Those custom pieces always go for a quite high price. But yeah, we are going to wrap up also here because we are already hitting the 2 hours mark, and just going here through the panel with Mr. Graham that is dealing with a bit of a
Wait,
cough and sick.
Am I losing my mind? You literally just said we're not leaving yet.
I know, right? That's why I looked at the time.
I
too,
thought
and
we
was
are not. We are leaving. Of course, we are leaving. 2 hours.
like,
We cannot stay too. You can
We
can
just
stay
didn't
more
want
time
Dante
because
to have his own little
Let's
spotlight.
break the world record and go for 3 hours.
I think collecting weekly is done like 24 hours or something, right?
Oh, so
Yeah,
let's do
geeking
25.
out, too.
Who's up for it?
I'm gonna leave mine on and then I'm gonna go to bed. So then we'll still be
No,
streaming.
you have to still be in the camera, so we gotta see you sleep.
I'll put my
We gotta
stuffed
watch you sleep.
my stuffed Chewbacca in my chair here.
Now I also have to leave because it's almost lunchtime here, and I need to pick up my wife. But Graham, what's going on in your channel?
Well, sir, first off, thank you for inviting me. It's a lot of fun streaming with you guys as always, and talking with the chat as well. So thank you, Joao, for that. Got my module cases in going on 2 weeks ago. Have done some videos on that. This week, if time permits, I want to unbox and review my Hot Toys quarter scale Joker and get him displayed, and then also just do a collection tour now that I do have the module cases here. Show you guys the whole room, kind of what it all looks like. Outside of that, I do a live stream on Monday nights called 6 Scale Symposium, 8:30 Central Time. It's a lot of fun, so if you guys are around, check that out. And if anybody here on the panel wants to join, just let me know. And yeah, just thanks again for having me.
Just don't invite P-Rock because he will ditch you.
Yeah. Yeah, P-Rock cancels on me, but no, that's okay. It's all right. We'll give him one more chance.
How about you, P-Rock? More reviews coming in, right?
It wasn't matter. I canceled, so it doesn't matter.
You are
I might
not
just cancel my
canceled.
channel. I'm gonna cancel.
I
my
got you
channel.
penciled in for 2 weeks from
No,
now.
wait.
You are loved by everyone.
Yeah.
Don't lie to him, okay?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't lie to me on live TV, man. Come on.
We are not on live TV. This new generation.
We're on live
This
YouTube. Live
internet. This internet.
internet. Don't lie to me in front of the people.
This is the future of television.
Basically, yeah.
One quick thing too before P-Rock goes. I am working on doing a module case giveaway for a 2-pack of the 6-110 cubes here. So Fabs, I know you might want to dip your toes into module case. Maybe you want to enter that little giveaway. I'll have more details hopefully in the next week on the channel. So I'm
I'll put
working
it
with
together.
Brian
Wait.
on that.
You are doing a giveaway for module case?
Yeah, I'm working with Brian from Module Case on doing a 2-pack giveaway.
Whoa.
So 2
Amazing.
6-110s. So for free. You might have to wait a year to get them, but
Whoa.
you could get them.
Look,
Yeah.
I already won, so
And the winner is Fabs.
Bob Dylan. Fab is going to dip a lot more than his toes.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
oh,
Riley,
That's a
thanks
nice
for
image.
coming in.
delete it.
Okay, P-Rock, what's going on in your channel?
Nope. So this more reviews.
Not much, right?
Yeah.
I got reviews.
You guys said. So more reviews. Yeah, exactly. Reviews. More reviews coming up. Some video clips, shorts coming in on my channel pretty soon this week, hopefully, and just streaming it with people, and that's it. And just possibly.
Are you getting more turtles? I haven't seen turtles on your channel in a long time, like 2 days.
I haven't had any on the channel for a while, but yeah, I'm not getting any more. I got a bunch already. I got to hold back on those. So I do got the Darth Maul. I'm gonna do a review for Darth Maul. Not the one with the bike, but the one without the bike. I gotta do a review. I'm gonna do a review for him. And
The solo one?
No, from the original.
Oh,
Darth Maul.
the DX16 then.
Yeah.
The 17 comes with a bike.
Yep. So I got him. I'm gonna do a review for him, and then a few other 6-scale figures coming in.
Nice.
And that's it. Just chilling,
Right.
relaxing, doing reviews, and having fun, and probably being canceled.
Probably you will not be cancelled. And how about our Captain America FABSFIGURES? What's going on? I know you already unboxed the Mark 85 Battle Damage.
Oh my god, beautiful figure. If you guys haven't gotten that figure, do yourself a favor, get that figure. That figure is beautiful. In my
Which one
opinion,
again?
the Mark 85 Battle Damage.
I'm not an
Best,
Iron Man person.
best Iron Man figure I think they've ever made. If not one of the best. And I got this actually yesterday, which is I'm going to be putting up. So that's going to be open probably, hopefully, either tonight or tomorrow. And that's it. So stay tuned for that.
Amazing. And I think that's all for tonight. For you guys. For me is for this morning because it's still morning time here. And I will have some reviews coming in too, and hopefully next live stream I will try to have Asmus here to talk with us.
Ooh.
We will talk. I want to know what's their plans for the future. if
I have
they
a lot of Lord of Rings
what's the
questions for them.
yeah, because of the Lord of the Rings. How will they do it now? Because with Queen
Mm-hmm.
Studios coming in with doing Lord of the Rings 1/6 scale, did Asmus lost the license? Are they going to pursue to keep doing these figures, going
Well,
one
I
to
think
one with Queen Studios?
they still have the license. Queen still only has it for China, Lord of the Rings. So Asmus still has it
Yeah.
for North America.
Yeah, but they have been doing Lord of the Rings for so many years, and they were competition free. Now they have other companies stepping in, doing figures. I want to know what's their opinion on this, if they are willing to come. But that's all for tonight, for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.